Hi there. Have you ever broken a promise to yourself? What was that promise? Yeah. Well, today we're going to be talking about keeping promises to yourself, why it's important, and what kind of habits you create because of it. If you're new to this channel, this is Mom Coach White, and my name is Alina Michelle. Today is Wednesday, and every single Wednesday, we talk about different things in regards to mentality, accountability, motherhood, balancing motherhood with entrepreneurship or everyday life. And on Mondays, we have Mompreneur Mondays, where you guys meet amazing moms who are entrepreneurs and talking to us about their businesses, their dreams, their goals, and how they are balancing all of that with being a mother, taking care of themselves, and in some cases, being a spouse or a significant other to someone else. So make sure that if you are new to this channel, that you give it a thumbs up for any of the videos that you enjoy, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you know when a new video has been posted. But for today, let's talk about keeping promises to ourselves. So, you probably already know that when you make a promise, keeping that promise is the backbone to any relationship, whether it be a friend or a family member, a coworker, business partner. When you promise to do something and you keep that promise, it strengthens the relationship. But if you break that promise, then ultimately that relationship is going to slowly start to dwindle and the trust is going to be lost. Well, the same thing happens for yourself. When you are creating promises to yourself and you're telling yourself that you're going to do this or that, and then you don't do that, then you end up creating this habit of distrust in your own beliefs. So it's not so much that you don't trust yourself in the traditional sense, but now you are creating this habit of telling yourself that you're going to do things, but in the back of your head being like, nope, I'm not really going to do that. So it creates a habit of you not actually accomplishing your goals and ultimately leaves you feeling unfulfilled. Just like someone you would be in a relationship with. If someone didn't keep a promise to you, you're going to feel like that wasn't fulfilled. You're going to feel like an emptiness when it comes to that relationship. The same thing happens for ourselves. So it's so important that when you tell yourself you're going to do something, that you actually make it happen. But that might be kind of difficult depending on what it is that you're telling yourself you're going to do and what your personal expectations are of making that happen. So when you set yourself a goal or give yourself a promise, it's important that you then dissect that goal or that promise and see how you can actually make it happen. Because just saying, I'm going to do fill in the blank doesn't mean that you're actually going to do it, especially if it's a large promise that you're making yourself, right? So what you have to do then is take it and dissect it and say, okay, how am I going to keep this promise, whatever it may be, to myself and actually see it through? And that's going to be taking out little chunks of it, because a promise to yourself is nothing more, honestly, than a personal goal. So you're going to take that personal goal and you're going to break it down into smaller pieces that are actually achievable right then and there. So if your promise to yourself is that you're going to make yourself a billionaire, you're going to have to break that down into some pretty small pieces to bite off until you get to that goal. Because more than likely, if you just look at the big goal or the big promise you've made yourself, it's going to feel kind of heavy and it's going to feel as if it's something that you can't actually do because it's too large of a task. And then you're going to start getting into the habit of not keeping your promises. Whereas if you break it down into things that you can actually do each and every day to work your way through getting to that goal, then you're more likely to actually get to that promise and see how you are keeping the promise to yourself. One key in breaking something that's really large down into smaller pieces and smaller promises day by day is to make sure that you're actually tracking it. Because it's so easy to lose track of our progress if we aren't actually reviewing it and reflecting on how much did we actually work on that particular goal or that promise that we've made to ourselves today. So when you break it down, also go back through your day and say, how much work did I put towards, like we said, being a billionaire? How much work did I put towards getting my degree? How much work did I put towards cleaning my house? Whatever it may be that your promises that you made to yourself every single day, go back and reflect and see what little pieces you've done throughout the day that directly tie into that big promise. That way, you remain motivated to keep that promise to yourself. Then, one day, depending on how large that goal is, it'll probably depend on how far out one day is. One day, you can look back and see all those little pieces that led you to keeping that promise to yourself. And once it's completed and once you've fulfilled that promise, you yourself are going to feel so much more fulfilled. Now, I'm not saying to neglect anything else that is a responsibility during this time of you going after your goal or working hard to keep that promise to yourself. I'm just saying that if you're going to tell yourself that you're going to do something, just like you would do it for someone else, do it for yourself too. You'll feel better for it and you'll have accomplished something, probably something pretty large, because most of the time when we make a promise to ourselves, it's a fairly large goal for whatever category it falls under, and it usually doesn't get done because we haven't looked at the little pieces or actually acknowledged the small bits that we do each and every day to get closer to fulfilling that promise. So, tell me, what is a promise that you have made to yourself, and how are you going to work hard each day to make sure that that promise is upheld and that you continue to build the trust within yourself to accomplish it? Thank you so much for tuning into today's quick video. I'm looking forward to bringing more and more of these to you, and I hope that every single day you are inspired to go out there to be more than just a mom.